Warning, we are a spoilers podcast. At times we are also an offensive podcast. And we are most certainly a verbally explicit podcast. So if you fear for any of your delicate sensibilities, please back up now before you reach the point of no return. Alright, pussies, this is your final warning.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Cinematic Anarchy, where entertainment comes to die. Okay, we are here today with Miss B.
Hello.
Mr. Omar.
Hello, hi.
And of course myself, the El Jefe of the group, Chris. And we are going to go ahead and discuss a film that we watched, well, let's be honest, we watched it a little over a week ago myself. Intending to put out this podcast a week ago, and, well, we missed our first podcast in almost a year and a half. So here we are.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were busy. Shit was happening.
Well, shit. I'm just explaining so that anybody missed us. Shit happens, and shit happens frequently. Thankfully, this is literally the first one of these we've missed. So,
yeah.
That being said, we watched, I kept calling it Daddy's Home, and it's not Daddy's Home, because that's something completely different.
Completely different, dude.
Completely different. It was, Come to Daddy. Come to Daddy.
Come to Daddy.
Which...
we call that... Why does it sound familiar?
Daddy's Home. Isn't that the fucking...
Will Ferrell, Mark Wahlberg?
Will Felder, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you just say Will Felbert?
Filbert? Filbert?
Filbert, yes.
Ferrell, I don't know where the Ilbert came from.
Will Filbert. Well, you got Wahlberg, and I think you mixed up Ferrell with Phil. Yeah, well, you know what I'm saying.
I don't know what was going on with my brain. But you get what I mean. Will Ferrell, Mark Wahlberg.
Yes, I understand completely. This is definitely not that.
Yeah, no.
And I have some strong opinions about this movie. It was a good movie overall for what it was. However, I couldn't with Elijah Wood at all.
Oh my god, thank you. I couldn't like him. I could not. I know that they're trying to portray him as like a typical millennial fucking former emo kid that's now like 30, living at home with her parents, and fucking, I tried to kill myself. Like, stop. The whole, like, pacifist when there's, like, literal fucking murderers, the whole, oh my god, I hate it. I hate it so fucking much. Grow a nutsack and kill someone.
So, I felt like Jesse Eisenberg would have done a better job with this role.
Absolutely.
Would have done a much better role.
Anything he ever did in this movie as far as violence goes and defending himself and trying to do anything and be useful for a change, he did it out of fear.
Exactly. Like, it was a weird cat and mouse kind of movie where the mouse, even when it fought back, didn't really look like much more than a mouse. You know, it wasn't even a rabid mouse. It was just sort of, do I have to put this in your brain? Okay. You know.
I honestly didn't mind Elijah. I didn't like him in this, but I also didn't hate him. It was alright, I guess. I guess the character, too, is hard to like.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's not Elijah Wood, because I like Elijah Wood as an actor, but like the character he was told to portray is just not a likable character.
Well, I'm sure, especially in the place of me and Chris, who have grown kids, basically would be like a kid come out like that. It would, it literally made me kind of scared.
Well, yeah, like they can't take care of themselves.
What the hell is this dude?
This is also a child who was apparently abandoned by his father. So this guy was never a part of his life and just was supposed to
never a part of his life, but he lived in a Beverly Hills mansion with his mom who was unemployed, so she was fucking home. Like, you got a good fucking life there.
So you've got no father and a helicopter mom. You know what that breeds. Seriously.
No. That's the result.
A mom that is never absent, always completely up your ass. You're gonna breed somebody that's reliant on the maternal instinct. A mama's boy.
Us Dominicans has a way of calling that. The translation in English would be leaned. He's very leaned. Yep.
Fair enough. So overall, I had just trouble liking Elijah Wood.
Yeah, for me, the movie was maybe like a 5 out of 10. Like, my favorite part was when he like pulled that rose. What was it? A fucking like letter opener or something?
I don't know what that. No, it wasn't a letter opener.
The thing that he got stabbed through the face with.
It was okay. If you've probably seen these in like restaurants, so on and so forth. Well, they'll take the check and they'll pop it on top of that thing. So they have like the receipt that they pop. It's like I don't know what you'd even call that. I don't know why they do that, but it was like to gather the papers.
Okay, the little spiky rose thing. You know what I'm talking about, though. Yeah. Like my favorite part was when he pulled that out of his face and just like gently put it into the other guy's brain.
That'd probably be the best part of the movie. It was sad that it was literally the closing moments of the movie that you forget the first good thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't too crazy about how long it took for shit to start happening.
Why is
honestly, I like the idea of the movie. Like,
they could have done.
You know, his father reached out to him to come. You know, his father reaches out to him to come visit for the first time in his entire life, and he gets there, and the man, like, you know, is not his father, but he thinks it is, and then the guy dies, and he, like, starts discovering all this fucked up shit. Like, the idea of the movie is really good. I just don't think it was executed right.
Yeah, they could have done better with that. I agree.
I think that it was just... I don't think it was a role for Elijah Wood. I don't. I think there's a lot of things he can do. That role, in general, was just not him.
Yeah.
Which brings me to my favorite part when we do this, is who would you guys cast?
I already said Jesse Eisenberg. I would have cast all the way for that. I mean, if you really want to go extremely in the other direction, you can go Michael Cera. You want a guy that plays meek and mousy the entire time, Michael Cera, you could go, but I think that Jesse Eisenberg could have done it with the appropriate amount of intensity. Kind of looking meek, but also being able to feel like this guy might be able to defend himself even the littlest bit.
Hang on, I got a person on my mind. One second.
You know who else? One other guy, Ezra Miller.
What's his fucking name? Ezra Miller could do well on that.
Yeah. You don't know, do you? You're looking him up?
Okay, no, he's not canceled for slapping a chick. He's canceled for body slamming a chick. For play fighting.
Ezra Miller?
Yeah, Ezra Miller.
Well,
Jay Baruchel.
That's what you get for what? What'd you say?
I would cast Jay Baruchel. Make it like a little funny.
Jay Baruchel, I gotta look that up. Hold on.
Hang on, I got you.
You got me?
Picture.
Me? Oh, okay, yes. Jay Baruchel. Gotcha. Had to think about that for a minute. Alright. Okay,
There's also other people I would have casted for the fake dad and the actual dad.
I think the actual dad was...
Okay, fake dad should be fucking, Willem Dafoe.
Well, I mean, actually, it looks almost spot on like him. That movie, The Lighthouse, that Willem Dafoe was in, he kind of looked like him. He really did.
For the dad that was in the basement in the bunker, I like Eric Roberts. I don't know. If
Eric Roberts, actually, that would have been better than what we got. May have been above their pay scale.
Yeah.
Because the other guy, I don't even know what this guy's name is. I'm sitting here. I should have this information in front of me, but I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to be very honest with you about how I felt about this movie. We're like maybe 10 minutes into this podcast right now, and I'm almost done talking about it. Like, I have so little to say about this movie. It impressed me so little that I'm almost done. I'm almost out.
It was a great story. I didn't like it that... First of all, Elijah Wood was I didn't hate it, but and then it took way too long for shit to start happening. I enjoyed it, but it took way too long for me to start, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You just imagine yourself in a movie theater, dark.
Right. And there was
Basically
also
having to be quiet through all that until things start to happen that are somewhat entertaining.
There was also, weirdly enough, very little background music.
Yeah. I think
liked it,
they were trying to make it more ominous with that, because, like,
mm-hmm.
you know, with the background music, you can tell that something's about to happen, but with the lack thereof, then, you know, it adds a little bit of suspense.
Yeah, very little, though.
A little bit.
I got the
it needs to match the energy of the movie, and it didn't.
No, it didn't at all. It really didn't. But then again, it's tough to match the energy of a movie that has no energy.
Yeah.
I felt like this was going to be a different kind of movie up until he found the hatch. So I felt like he killed this guy. Or, no, he didn't kill this guy, but the guy had a heart attack. And up until the point that he found the hatch, I had this feeling like they were going to have this kind of movie where he turns into the same kind of killer his father was. Just the way that he was approaching the girl.
Right?
Right? So that's what I felt the movie was going to be up until they found the hatch. And it's like, it went in a completely different direction. I'm like, why would you try to set up the movie to have one kind of feeling and then just completely pull the rug out from under the people that are watching and go in a completely different direction?
Well, I mean, that's the shock factor that they were trying to get, and it didn't get executed that well, so it didn't give them the reaction that they were looking for.
My favorite part of the movie... Well, you guys... Okay. Your favorite part of the movie, well, you had that...
I already said mine.
Yeah. My favorite part of the movie was the sumo dude that got off the toilet with the toilet paper stuck to his ass. And then Elijah Wood just started stabbing him in the crotch. Just yeah.
Yeah.
That was the most aggressive he was the entire movie. Where he basically he took the guy, stabbed him in the crotch, took the guy out with saran wrap. That was the most aggressive he was the entire movie. Everything else,
useful too.
Yeah. So you got the feeling that he was going to defend himself the rest of the movie, and then he went right back to being the meek, mousy guy that gets knocked around.
Yeah.
That's such a great story. They could have done something like, especially, I don't say this enough, I hated how long it took for shit to start happening.
Exactly. I mean, it was a drag. It was a slow drag of a movie, and I know they were trying to make a point, but they could have done so much more with this movie. Better actors. It was a great premise, but I think even the better actors in those positions would have given it a little bit more momentum.
Yeah.
Daniel Radcliffe could have done Elijah Wood's part.
Absolutely.
You know, there's several actors that you could have cast outside of Elijah Wood, who is perpetually he does the meek character. You know, the guy way too often. You know, the guy that's always scared. That's his role. It's like he's typecast.
Yeah,
Would you say he's strapped in Frodo?
Pretty much. Oh God, what was that movie that I saw him in? That he's just been the same character all of his life. He's never really progressed past that character. Just like I say, Tom Cruise is always Tom Cruise in every movie, no matter what you see him in. It's always Tom Cruise. You know, you see him in Top Gun, that's Tom Cruise. You see him in Days of Thunder, hey, look, Tom Cruise. Mission Impossible, yep, Tom Cruise 6 times over.
Oh my god.
I've seen two
Mission
Tom
Impossible
Cruise
should have
movies.
died after like the 3rd movie.
2 Tom Cruise movies that being Tom Cruise shit work.
Even in Interview with a Vampire Tom Cruise.
Oh my god. Don't even start with fucking Interview with a Vampire. I just Tom Cruise's character in that, I don't like it.
I'm gonna tell you 2 movies that I think, in my opinion, that Tom Cruise being Tom Cruise all the time thing works. It was The Firm. I don't know if you guys seen The Firm. And Jerry Maguire.
Okay.
Everything else, that was too much Tom Cruise being Tom Cruise.
Early Tom Cruise. Early Tom Cruise in Risky Business.
Yeah.
No?
I wouldn't know. I didn't see it.
No? Okay.
I've seen it.
Uh,
I guess it's the fact I never cared for Tom Cruise that much anyway.
Yeah.
That's why I'm bashing him right here. Tom Cruise is always Tom Cruise. There's no variation to his character.
However, those 2 movies I just told you guys about, especially The Firm. The Firm is such a good movie that everything about it makes up for having Tom Cruise in it.
I feel like
Alright.
I feel like Tom Cruise gets to a movie set and they hand him a script and the director just goes, okay, so this is what we want you to do for this character. We want you to play it like this, and we want you to have this kind of emotion. We want you to play this kind of character. And then he just looks at the director and Tom Cruise goes, I'll play it like me. I'm going to play it like Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise does Tom Cruise.
It's always Tom Cruise.
Yes.
I can imagine him asking for a couch he can just jump on. I would like a couch for my character to jump on.
It's like, Tony Danza. If you notice,
Oh my god, yeah.
he never played a role where he wasn't either Tony or Anthony. Because he wouldn't respond when people are talking to him if you called him anything else. So it always had to be Tony or Anthony, nothing else.
I have things with him over the years that he's not. I mean, the acting part. That it was kind of underwhelming. Like every time I just saw Samantha's dad.
Tony.
However, he did a show. I think it is for Netflix because it is in Netflix, but I think it's one of those Netflix originals where he plays a former dirty cop.
Yes, I know. I've seen
that.
His son
He's a cop, a detective, and he's like a very by the book guy. That I enjoyed his acting there.
I really liked him in Taxi way back when. Taxi, yeah, he was. That was one of like his first big roles, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but you gotta understand that was before Who's the Boss.
Oh yeah. Well, Who's the Boss was big for him because he basically had the lead. Taxi, there was no real lead.
No.
I mean, I guess what is it? Is it Judd Hirsch was kind of the lead in that?
I feel, in my opinion, that show was brilliant because there was no lead.
It was an ensemble cast, kind of like, well, if you want to think more modernly, like kind of like Friends, where there was no specific lead. It was just following a bunch of different people throughout their daily lives in, well, what was it, New York City cab.
Funny shit happens.
And then funny shit ensues. And thankfully, thank you, God, for that show, because we have Christopher Lloyd. Lloyd.
Taxi. Where would I find Taxi nowadays? Do you know they have it in the Hulu's and Amazon Primes of the world?
I think it's on Hulu and Amazon, if I'm not mistaken. And PS4, we just picked up Peacock. So.
Yeah, that's Peacock back.
$4.99 premium, and gave us access to like, oh God, now I'm gonna forget. I know. I remember King of Queens was part of it. That was the main reason we got it, so we could watch that show.
I know that show.
Yes. I had to after seeing Kevin James in Becky. I have to backtrack and go watch something with him funny in it. Otherwise, I'm going to have that image burnt in my head.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't mind that image burned in my head. Fucking Kevin James did a really good, serious role there.
Very true. Very true. He did a damn good role in there.
Yeah, I was super impressed.
So, let's see. My brain just went dead for a second there because I have run out of things to say about this movie and talk about in general. That sucks. Hey, have you guys watched anything else recently that impressed you?
Emo Frodo.
Emo Frodo?
The Invisible Man. The remake?
Oh, yeah, that was a good movie.
It was
That really was
good.
I did not hold out a lot of hope for that movie, and that was just fantastic from beginning to end. Like, serious tension the entire movie. That's the girl from The Handmaid's Tale. Yeah,
it is. She was fucking, god damn.
Needs to be more with her in it.
Great fucking job in that.
She did what was the name of that movie that had, oh god, now I'm gonna fucking forget. Okay, I'll figure it out. No, I'm not even going to talk about it right now because if I start, I'm going to ramble and make words and things, and it's not going to happen. So yeah, no, I've been watching.
Nico says words and things without rambling.
I ramble all the time.
I always ramble. Are you kidding me? We were rambling the entire fucking last Tea Time episode.
Oh, yeah.
One big ramble.
A lot of rambling. But that's because we really didn't have anything specific to talk about. We had to move on to something else, you know?
Yeah.
The Kitchen. If you get a chance to watch The Kitchen, fucking watch it. A lot of people hated this movie, but I thought it was pretty good. So it stars her,
Melissa McCarthy,
and Tiffany Haddish. Yes. That is a movie well worth watching. You're sitting here looking at it right now, aren't you?
I'm on IMDb right now.
Fuck, you beat me to it. You're quicker than I am. Why didn't you say something?
I've got a laptop.
Well, I've got like 4 pieces of equipment in front of me, and you still found it first.
Yeah, well, I mean, like...
Well, I'm using the laptop to record, and I've got the video feed over here on the Surface. I got
you're like fucking multitasking. All I'm doing is like sitting, listening, and fucking typing shit in as you guys are talking.
The movie's playing behind my head, and I cannot get over the pedo stash on fucking Elijah Wood in this movie. Seriously,
dude. Honestly, what the fuck?
Between the haircut and the mustache, I was just so off-put by even looking at him. It's like, not for nothing, Elijah Wood's not a bad-looking guy, but they made him look horrible in this.
Yeah, no.
I guess that's the term I was looking for, pedo stash.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this with the utmost sincerity in my heart, but the look that he presented in this movie made him look like he should be a sub, like literally a sub in a German S&M movie.
Oh my god.
Am I wrong?
9.
I mean, no.
Tell me that you don't think that. He looked like he was at some point gonna end, especially when he ended up in that room with a bunch of guys with their dicks hanging out. Especially at that point, you got the feeling that at some point he was gonna end up being the bottom bitch in the movie. Am I wrong?
Yeah, no, you're not at all. Fucking, I mean, he got knocked out by a prostitute who fucking chokes people unconscious.
That was her thing. Not for nothing.
Shout out to that bitch, by the way.
Yeah, seriously, not for nothing. That girl looked like she could have kicked at pretty much anybody's ass in that movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
the real MVP.
So yeah, that was and she seemed impressed by him that he kept going even after getting the shit kicked out of him and got stabbed through the face. It's like, well, he should be dead. You should be dead right now. I thought you choked him out. Nope. Nope.
Like, dude, you good?
I did kill him. Well, you didn't kill him good enough. He's alive.
Well, I guess it was the M in that S&M.
Did anybody get an
Okay, so like the bad guy, I can't remember what his fucking name was. I watched the movie like 2 weeks ago. But the bad dude, who... Oh, wait, I have fucking IMDb right in fucking front of me. What am I doing?
Dropping the ball, my dear.
Yeah, right? Jethro.
Yes. Played by Michael
Fucking,
Smiley.
When he was... Yeah, when he was, like, in the fucking hotel room, fucking walking away and shit, and he was like, fuck this. By the way...
Mr. Experiment.
If your fucking job is to, you know, put men's heads under your arm and choke them out for a living, maybe use some fucking deodorant.
Okay, you watched it a couple times, right, Omar?
Yeah, I watched it a couple of times because the thing is that the first time I saw it, I started like through the middle of the movie where she was already happening.
I watched it once, and I need to see if maybe you picked up on this. Why did he crash the car? Did they explain at all why he veered off the road and, well, basically chopped off half his brain?
No, I don't think they did explain it.
There was no explanation of it at all.
It was the
weirdest... Was he drunk?
I don't think... It may have been because he had been choked out previously. I mean, he could have still been a little hazy from that. They didn't explain it, though.
Not just that, but, like, also, he was in a fucking motel room with a prostitute. There's a good chance he was blowing some drugs as well.
Yeah.
But in spite of that, I found that...
Blacked out for a minute, crashed, fucking chopped off a good chunk of his head or his skull and brain and fucking... Then the best part of the movie, when Elijah Wood takes the shit out of his face and just gently puts it into his brain.
Right, which pissed me off because he should have just jabbed him in the brain, period. They're just...
Yeah.
No gentle, you know, fucking kill him.
Honestly, no, I like that he was, like, super gentle with it. It just... Boop.
I didn't like that he didn't put his pinky out to do it.
Yeah, right? Pinky's out.
The main problem I had with that whole scene, other than the fact that they didn't explain why he fucking crashed, was the fact that
That made no sense.
He's taking a stroll down the fucking street, and they decide to use this moment where the guy's brain's exposed to the world to drop every bit of background information that you should have gotten throughout the movie.
Yeah.
So all that stuff that could have been filled in throughout the movie to just provide us with a little background information and allow us to care about the characters even at all was saved for the last 5 minutes of the movie.
I think my thinking of that is, you know, most movies have scenes that don't make it to the actual film.
Right.
And probably what the scene that could have made that crash make sense was deleted. And they were so sloppy that they didn't even care to do anything about the car crash.
Right. I mean, it was a direct-to-video movie, so it wasn't something that went to the theaters or anything to that nature. So it's a good chance that a lot of stuff hit the cutting room floor. Well, I feel like we're done with this movie.
Yeah.
Completely. So we're gonna roll.
Greatly scripted, sloppily executed. He got executed as sloppily as when this guy got drunk and called the coroner.
I don't think.
Oh my god.
I don't get much sloppier than that.
Yeah, I just feel like they could have used a much better execution, better actors. Like, the story itself deserved that, but I also probably would have retooled the script a little bit so that people weren't just left hanging the entire movie up until the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So, that's me. I don't make movies. This person, they made money for it. I'm not making money off of it, so I can sit here and bitch and complain all I want. Isn't going to change anything.
It was a great story, but very sloppily told.
Come on, Hollywood, change, because my chubby ass is sitting behind a fucking microphone in the middle of nowhere, and I demand it. I demand it now. No?
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep demanding.
Bullshit roar.
All right. Right. All right, we're going to go ahead and roll into our commercial. Our sponsor. Yes.
Sponsor.
Our single sponsor, which we are hoping to fix, because, God, we need a little bit more money.
Don't we all?
Right? And we will be back. We're going to do a little bit of Pitch Storm. All right. All right, thank you for sitting here and listening to our sponsors. We always thank you because most people would get to that point and just be like, yeah, you know what, I'm done. I don't need to listen to this shit. Let's move on. And it isn't like TiVo. You can't just fast forward through it. You got to listen to it.
Yeah.
So, unless you're actually listening on the Anchor app, then I don't think you actually have the commercials to listen to, if I'm not mistaken. But whatever. Go to Anchor. Make your own damn podcast. There, a little bit more advertisement.
Stuff.
Yeah, a little bit more advertisement. That's not what they want you to do. They don't want me to be just like, hey, yeah, fucking go over there. Don't listen to us. Do your own. What are you doing?
Yeah, right.
You know, our 20-something listeners right now. Please leave. You don't want to hear this. All right, so we're here at the part where lips don't say words. I was just going to say something. I fucking forgot what I was going to say.
Lips don't say words.
Pardon me while I have a minor stroke.
We're at the part where, crickets.
We do the storm with the pitching. That's what we're at right here. So, I've got a nice little premise here, and you guys are going to fucking hate me for it, so here we go.
God damn it.
We have...
I'm sure it's going to be better than lips that utter no syllable.
Yeah, just listen. Give me a moment. We have the only girl in a male-dominated sport fights an unstoppable assassin from the future. And the notes on this, which I absolutely love and almost died laughing when I read, is what if they are haunted by the ghosts of all the sperm that have been killed masturbating?
Oh my god.
Hell no.
What? What? Okay, so this is clearly
no.
Fucking...
How about no?
you gotta do either Aubrey Plaza or Emma Stone for that, because that's just calling for them.
That's comedic. That's comedy all the way through.
Yeah.
And I feel like this could be almost a mix, like a half live action, half animated kind of thing. You know what I mean?
All right.
I have a few voices for the ghost.
A few voices for the ghosts.
Yeah.
I've got two that I want right off the bat, and there's the two guys with the most annoying voices on the face of the planet, but I love them to death.
Gilbert Gottfried,
Bobcat Goldthwait. If Sam Kinison were still alive, I'd ask him too.
I think Samuel L. Jackson should be the voice of the leader.
Samuel L. Jackson is the lead sperm?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm here for it.
Okay. Lead sperm Samuel L. Jackson it is. Okay.
That role calls for some legendary level cursing.
So you want Aubrey Plaza? What sport should she be participating in? It's a male-dominated sport.
Football. I want to see Aubrey Plaza play football.
Aubrey Plaza as a football player. Okay.
Bro, she'll get so fucking aggressive with these people. She'll take them down.
I want to say Aubrey Plaza as the only NFL wide receiver that's female.
Okay.
Fucking fast on her feet. Because,
and every time she runs, she's just screaming.
That's how people... she gets past these people that want to tackle her. She just starts screaming at the top of her lungs, and guys... Oh, nope, okay. You see people jumping out of the way instead of actually tackling her.
We gotta find her a backstory to her aggression, too.
She's constantly haunted by the ghosts of people's emissions.
No. Before that, she's aggressive. Before all this, we see all the hunting thing. There's got to be a backstory to why she's so aggressive.
She was raised
by
daddy.
Her daddy used to be her mama, and she killed him. Shit like that.
Raised by basically a football family. Her brothers were all in football. Father was in football. Grandfather was in football, and he even pushed his daughter to get into football.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's a football family, and she just pushed that way. Doesn't have to be
her.
And she is as aggressive as she is because if she wasn't, she would have just gotten lost in that family. And so she felt she had to
Yeah.
step up to bring herself up to the level of her brothers.
All right.
Uh,
Dig it.
yes. I'm feeling like we're gonna narrow this down. We're gonna have the sperm that basically haunt her. It's just one guy, and it's a stalker. It's a guy that stalks her all the time, and it's literally his dead sperm, basically the ghosts of the dead sperm. So not only is he stalking her, but now she's haunted by the ghosts of what the fuck he's doing while he's stalking her.
Oh my god.
That's on some Candyman level shit.
Yeah, we need to have somebody...
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, seeing as we just watched this movie, I think Elijah Wood's good for this role.
Oh my god. As his fucking, like, Norval character?
Yeah,
Sure.
just...
Something about the guy having masturbated during a thunderstorm and this whole hunting happened.
Oh my god.
Is it just... Okay, you said that, I'm sorry, you said masturbating in a thunderstorm, and the first thought in my head is, I am picturing, and mind you, I hate you for this image. I am picturing Elijah Wood standing outside of the house of Aubrey Plaza while she's with her boyfriend. He's staring through the window, in the bushes, in the rain, just jacking off. Crying.
Oh god.
Don't hate me.
Porn stash,
That image was a product of your imagination. I didn't think that far out.
with the porn stash and everything, I'm just done. Oh my god.
But then again, you forced Seth to watch that movie that you go unmentioned with you, and it was just you and him.
We promised we'd stop.
That's just the chickens coming back to roost.
We are never going...
We promised we'd stop.
Omar, this is the fucking movie that shall not be named. We made a
It hasn't
promise.
been named.
We took an oath.
I took inventory. We mentioned it on 42 podcasts. 42.
We haven't mentioned it.
No, I mentioned. I'm just saying that we mentioned the movie that shall not be named on 40. Now it's 43. We're not naming it, but we're talking about it. But yeah,
if we ever get some script sold, we should name it that.
Hey,
the movie that shall not be named.
I went out, guys. I'm telling you right now. I want you guys to eventually start coming over. We can sit down, shoot the shit, eat pizza, drink beer, and I bought a $200 screenwriting software that I put on my computer. I bought the Final Draft software for screenwriting. We should sit down and just flesh out some of this evil shit that we talk about constantly.
We come up with some craziness.
I don't mind. You know, we don't have to... that's something else that you record, though. If we're going to do that, we should do it for the podcast, set up cameras, so we're literally shooting the shit and brainstorming the stuff for YouTube.
Definitely.
You know?
I agree.
And isn't that as good as a copyright? Because if we're talking about our ideas and somebody steals them?
Yeah. So the creepy guy stalker?
Creepy guy stalker. Yeah.
Should be her neighbor. This is what I was envisioning in the thunderstorm. It's like looking at her from a window while doing this, and there's a thunderstorm going on outside, and he gets to his moment, and that curses that.
Basically, mid-orgasm gets hit by a fucking lightning bolt?
Not necessarily hit, but it happens like right outside, like some evil permeating the moment.
Well, I'm just saying, and that's what basically supercharged these fucking sperm that now haunt her.
Yeah, some evil sperm with powers too. Make them with power.
Is it just me, or are you picturing some fucked up like CGI sperm just following around and talking to her about the guy that just...
That's what I'm picturing.
Yeah. Almost looks
played
like
by the same guy.
Right, we got...
Played by the same guy that's...
You're talking, but you're mute. You're on mute. Yes. I think...
Oh, god damn it. You said you wanted to throw some animation in there, right? To have the sperm be the fucking animated part.
That's true. That's true. You know what, though? I'm going to tell you, just want you to let you know. Your mouth is working quicker than the audio is coming through. Yeah, so I can see your mouth move.
Like the dub, like the Chinese dub.
Yep, we're basically watching an old Wu-Tang movie right now, starring.
I will defeat
Okay, I'll be
you.
right back, guys.
Now you're syncing up again. You're good. You didn't have to
You're
go
good now.
anywhere.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Okay, you'll be right back. It's like watching an old Wu-Tang movie except starring Nico. That's it. Yeah.
I will defeat you. And then the list continue to go.
I will take you down with my kung fu style.
I practice many styles. Forgive me. That had to be the funniest thing I ever watched in a kung fu movie. So this guy keeps asking people, saying, forgive me, apologizing after kicking people's ass. He was looking for a teacher, somebody to teach him to get to his next level of kung fu, I would say prowess, whatever.
Okay.
And he kept meeting, different teachers. I guess he had to draw.
He had to what? Hey, look, Omar's
Did
frozen.
Omar just freeze?
Yes. And actually a very funny position, too. Look. Do you see? Yes. I don't know if you can hear us still, Omar, but you got to restart whatever you're doing there. You froze up. Talk about fucking technical difficulties. We're in the middle of trying to cast a movie here. Jeez.
Yeah, right?
It's got to be 12 minutes of Omar getting back on the computer.
Oh my
You guys
god.
hear me?
Now I can hear you. You froze in the
okay.
funniest position, sir.
Am I still frozen in that position? I would like to keep it that way.
No, you're not
Screenshot
frozen.
it and let me see it.
I wish I could. I didn't. It's gone now. But you looked really happy for about 4 minutes. Well,
No fun.
a minute and a half. I'm over-exaggerating a little bit.
So in this film, the guy had been searching different lands for 5 years,
Okay.
looking for somebody who could teach him something he doesn't already know about kung fu. The thing is that, he had to test drive the teachers before he pays for the lessons to see if they're really that good that they could teach him something. And every time he kicked some guy's ass, he was super humble about it. And one asked, and then he kept asking, forgive me, and helped him up. And the guy, and you will see the guy, do you just use the Wu-Tang Shaolin method against me? And the guy, I practice many styles, forgive me, and helped him up. But he said something way longer than that in Chinese because the mouth just kept moving.
Definitely. No. I've seen movies like that. They have them frequently. The dubbing does not match up with what's going on. They have said something so much longer. And if you get one of those movies that actually have the subtitles underneath, and you realize that they said out half a paragraph, and all you got was 2 words.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's a documentary on Netflix about that talks about that.
Okay.
That they were just re-scripting shit. They weren't really dubbing it, translating.
Huh. So they're
They were
basically
just
rewriting.
Yeah, they
Basically
weren't
rewriting
really
the whole
translating shit. They were just throwing other things on top of it.
Fair enough. All right, so back to our movie, which we are trying to cast. Who is the assassin that she has to fight from the future?
That'll be a lady.
Oh no, okay, what's her fucking name? The chick that plays Ramona Flowers.
Oh, Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Yes.
Okay, so we got Mary Elizabeth Winstead as an assassin from the future.
Yes.
Yeah, just gotta make it human. We don't want to go Terminator. We're not making her a Terminator. Just very, very determined.
Yes. Why do I think we should bring somebody from not necessarily? Well, yeah, could be the future, like Terminator.
Okay.
But let's make this one a kid.
Okay.
Wait. Okay. So basically a Terminator kid?
No.
Yes.
Not the assassin that comes to kill her, but the one that comes to save her, who is not not an android or none of that. He's just a person who happens to be a child who knows how to fight and use weapons.
Oh God! So what child would you use for that? Though I mean, this. Well, what's her name? Why don't we use what's her name from Becky?
Oh yes.
It's on the tip of your tongue, I know. Come on, you got it?
Hang on, I got this.
I like an 8-year-old for this.
You like an 8-year-old? Lou.
8 or 9-year-old, yeah.
Fair enough.
Maybe that kid has a potty mouth too, and she just keeps telling him, "Stop with the crazy, you're a kid."
What if she's not a child, though? What if she presents as a child, but what if she's not a child? So she's from the future, and she's as skilled a fighter as she is because she's technically not a child, she's just a person that doesn't age.
Okay.
That works.
She has years and years worth of skills, it's just she's never aged, so she always looks the same.
Stayed a kid, but super strong and knows kung fu, knows how to use all kinds of weapons, and fights so crazy.
Now, with Mary Elizabeth Winstead, we're making this a comedy anyway, because we got talking sperm and a crying, masturbating Elijah Wood. I really feel with Mary Elizabeth Winstead, with her character, I want her to be dead fucking serious most of the movie. No talking, just dead serious. The second somebody hits her, all of a sudden just breaks out into this, oh my god, Valley Girl kind of accent. Like,
okay,
you can't land a punch on her.
Out of nowhere.
But the second that Aubrey Plaza like hits her, like lands a punch, she just freaks out. Oh my god, I can't believe you did that. What's wrong with you? Just.
Did you just touch my? No, you just didn't touch my face.
I cannot believe you just did that. Oh my god, I am going to fucking kill you.
Yeah.
Just. Something to that nature.
Yeah, she, like you know she can, like, do the Valley Girl shit.
Yeah.
Oh, you can tell. Yeah, she can definitely do that. I think she could pull that off with no problem. But it's like a stark contrast. Like, she is dead serious the entire movie, just kick ass, and then just... It's kind of like watching Mike Tyson fight and then hear the interview. You know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you see this certifiable badass, and then you hear the voice, and you go, I don't know how to feel about this anymore. On one point...
Yeah, but then the things he said were pretty badass, too, with that little voice.
It's like on one point, you know, they just knocked him for a loop so hard that the guy's laying down on the ground and practically shit his pants. On the other hand, he looks like he's sucking on helium. Listen to him.
That fucker still talks like that.
Yep, to this day.
But yeah, that little voice, it was kind of weird hearing that little voice back in those days after he just beat somebody up like that and killed them in like 2 minutes. Say, I'm the baddest fighter in the world. I'll eat your kids.
It's like somebody turned that helium tank on high. Please remove that.
He said he'll eat your kids.
I will eat your kids. It's well, that sounds like a little something other than scary, but we won't mention that right now.
Yeah, he's fighting again soon, by the way.
What?
Oh yeah.
No shit.
Why the hell is he getting back in the ring? Who the hell is letting him back in the ring?
Well, well, you see him now. He doesn't look like Mike Tyson 2 years ago.
Oh.
Mike Tyson looks even better than when he was in his prime fighting right now. But he's doing an exhibition, like a charity exhibition fight against Roy Jones Jr. on September 12th.
Okay.
But yeah, he got in pretty good shape. I mean, if it would have been this fast back then, he would have never lost.
Fair enough.
But you know, the drugs happened and all that. He was, you know.
Well, he was biting ears, beating women, and taking drugs.
He was doing too much celebrity shit back then.
Yeah, if you're a boxer, the last thing you need to be doing is laying your hands on anybody that's not in the ring. I'm just saying.
Yeah. That his temper got in way too much trouble. Well, that cocaine didn't help him much neither.
I mean, can you think about how much testosterone some of these guys in UFC must be walking around with on a continual basis? I imagine that if your job is literally to beat the living shit out of somebody daily, that, well, I mean, I guess it's not daily. It's you train to beat the shit out of people. That is your entire purpose. Your focus is training to beat the shit out of people. You got to imagine that takes a toll on your psyche, and if you happen to be the person that is with that person, you're taking a risk. I mean, a big risk. You know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, and I'm not saying that's on the person that's dating that guy, you know, for giving him a chance. I'm just saying, you're talking about a person that literally beats the shit out of people for a living. Please take care of yourself.
In contrast, however, a lot of those guys are super calm.
Super what?
Calm.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Manny Pacquiao is a big example of that.
Okay.
You will talk to Manny Pacquiao, you wouldn't believe you're talking to the same person that gets on the ring.
Yeah.
I've never had the chance.
He's a politician out there in the Philippines now.
Oh, I didn't know that. Huh. Have we just kind of lost track of what we were talking about with this movie? Like,
Pretty sure we did.
we've got like the basic premise. Why are they coming back from the future to try to kill her? Why is this person trying to kill her?
Let's not make the whole Terminator thing. How about we make it a case of mistaken identity, since we're doing a comedy?
Okay.
Okay, well, what's the mistaken identity, though? What is she mistaken for?
Someone who fucking
Throws
is
out a
supposed
virus
to bring
that,
on the end of the world.
yeah, or a virus, some disease like 12 monkey type of deal.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're making this like an ultra comedy, right? I feel if we've got fucking Elijah Wood masturbating, talking sperm. I say we go for the extreme, and we say that Aubrey Plaza is supposed to be patient zero for the world's deadliest STD.
Okay.
Well,
it's
the
like
person they're confusing her with.
Yes, well, they think it's her. It's not her.
It looks like Aubrey Plaza because at some point they should probably find the real person.
No. Okay, how about instead of mistaken identity, how about it's just a rumor started by Elijah Wood because she wouldn't fuck around with him
In the future.
in the future.
So it's
yeah,
a
no, in
rude-
the
it's
future,
a-
fucking like so this super deadly STD, like it comes around, it starts, and everyone thinks that Aubrey Plaza is patient zero because Elijah Wood's going around saying it was fucking her.
And it's a STD that women can give to men, but it only kills men.
Yeah.
It is dormant in women, but once the guy gets it, he dies.
Yeah, and she's over there like, are you fucking serious, bro?
So it's literally like a species-killing STD.
That sounds like one hell of an insult thing.
And
So make the Elijah Wood character look like that character in this movie we just talked about before.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead is literally coming back to kill her, thinking that she's the person that caused this, when patient zero is like, let's say, Anna Faris.
Oh my god, yes.
Because I don't think I've seen Aubrey Plaza and Anna Faris act alongside of each other, and I think that would be fucking hilarious, personally.
That would be great.
Yeah, it could be crazy. Supporting cast.
Alright, and so Lulu comes back to save her because she realizes that the assassin was originally sent out as going after the wrong person.
Okay.
Alright? So I think like Lulu Wilson is capable of some like badass like Matrix style fighting. Just
Yeah.
Just looks and talks like a kid.
I think we dye her hair for this role too.
Okay, what are you trying to dye her hair to?
Nothing conventional. I could even see like a light purple or something, you know?
Purple with like, okay, do like purple roots with the sunset colors?
Right?
There you go.
See, that's why we work so well together, because one of us comes up with an idea, the other one works off of it.
Gotcha.
Right. That's why we work out this well, doing this at the end of the podcast.
So we can make a premise of it where her looks as a kid and all that, it's she could use it for tactical advantage. So she come dressed like a little girl, but she underneath those little girls, regular little girl clothes, she hides like one of those Eon Flux kind of suits.
I like picture
like that. She's dressed like a like ninja underneath that, and just starts beating people up.
I picture her wearing like a pair of overalls that has a bunch of pockets in it.
Yeah.
Constantly pulling different weapons and things out of the pockets.
Yeah.
Some really baggy common Eileen type overalls.
I think we need more villains than just that. Well, we got two pretty main villains, Elijah Wood and Mary Elizabeth Winstead. I think that Elijah Wood, though, should throw himself in front of the assassin at one point trying to save her.
Okay.
And it goes horribly.
I dig it.
I think it should go horribly. I think that he throws himself in front of the assassin, and he thinks that he's saving her, and he crawls back to her, and all the stuff that she remembers him doing, and she just kicks him in the face. Done. Like, nobody likes this character at all, not even her. Not even because he threw himself on the sword.
I dig it.
We should give him a nickname, like, because of him getting no booty. She call him something, Friend Zone Tim or something like that. I don't know.
Friend Zone Tim. Chester.
Friend Zone Chester.
Chester. I like the name Chester just because it has a not so
creepy vibe.
It just has a creepy vibe, and I think you could play a good creepy character.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anything else for this particular? I think
Honestly,
we worked it out.
No, I don't think I have anything else.
All right. Well, that being said, I think we can go ahead and move to the end of our podcast. Thank you for sitting here and listening to us at Cinematic Anarchy, where, like I said, the entertainment occasionally goes to die. Or dead entertainment gets talked about, as in this movie today.
We are the Florida of movie critics.
And yeah, Florida of movie critics. I love that. Okay, that works too. And
where entertainment goes to die.
Right. Well, and see, I lost my track of mind there. I was trying to say something and just completely fucking forgot what I was going to say. So we'll just skip right to the thank you very much for listening. And on behalf of me, myself, and I, and of course, Omar and Nico, thank you for listening.
Yeah. Things.
Words. A button? Oh, well, it would help if I pressed the stop button when we weren't recording anymore.